The moment fans were waiting for was hyped off, and now it's here. Onepunchman Season 3, but not by MAPPA. They were scared by these panels. Is it bad or not? We'll see.
They were gonna talk about One Punch Man authors, about manga, about anime, and of course why Season 3 of One Punch Man is gonna fail. Hey, it's Matty, don't forget to smash the like button, drop a comment and subscribe to our channel for more anime and manga content like this. Let's get started. Behind the One Punch Man there are two names. One, who created the story, and Yusuke Murata, who designed the manga that we know. Meet the creator, One.
One is pseudonym. He was born October 29, 1986, originally from Niigata, but grew up in Koinosu, Saitama. He first published One Punch Man as a webcomic in 2009 on his personal 52 blog, and later on his own site. The webcomic version rapidly gained attention. By June 2012, it has surpassed 7.9 million hits. In fact, One said he originally didn't plan for One Punch Man to become a long series. It started more as a fun experiment, but the fan response published it forward. One's writing philosophy: he wanted a hero who's already overwhelmingly strong from the start. In an interview, he said he saw it be interesting if the first chapter felt like the final chapter, making Saitama strange a given, but that doesn't mean there's no drama. He balances Saitama's invincibility by giving him everyday struggles to keep the story grounded. One has also taken breaks from the webcomic. In February 2010, he paused because of work, and then again after chapter 109 in January 2017, returned in April 2019.
Meet the artist Yusuke Murata.
Born July 4th, 1978, in Miyagi Prefecture, Japan. Before One Punch Man, Murata made his name with iShield 21, in collaboration with writer Reichiro Inagaki. The series ran from 2002-2009 in Weekly Shonen Jump. Murata is admitted to his fluid, dynamic lines, attention to details, and ability to throw boosts, epic large-scale senses, and fine character expressions without sacrificing clarity. Editors and fans often compare his style to Toriyama's energetic battle senses. He is also a big fan of video games. In an interview, Murata mentions being inspired by Capcom character designer Kino Nishimura and by Dragon Ball's iconic fights, Goku vs Piccolo and others, as fundamental influences. Murata merged paths with One after becoming a fan of the webcomic. He contacted One and proposed redrawing One Punch Man into a published manga version. In his personal life, Murata has spoken about being cautious with how much of One Punch Man he lets his children read, due to the violent content. Also worth noting, Murata used his own children as models when drawing certain characters. His daughter inspired Zenko, and his son inspired Batman in season 2 of the anime. He used to stream and share sketches publicly, but he said he will scale that back to focus more on his professional relationships and priorities. Their creative relationship is symbolic. One's original webcomic provides bold ideas, humor, and premise. Murata elevates it visually into something cinematic. When Murata was ill, with serious health issues, he approached One to redraw the series, feeling he might not have much time left. This sense of urgency helped cement their collaboration. Together they turned a quickly web experimental into one of the most popular manga franchises globally. One Punch Man is serialized in Shueisha Young Jump digital magazine and has over 34 million copies in circulation as of 2025.
Now when you know who you have to praise cause Fubuki, yeah, it's time to move to One Punch Man manga.
It has a great rating, number 7 popularity, and you can only compliment it. And it's all because premise and comedy. Every year nails the core. Saitama is overpowered on purpose, and that boring invincibility is the joke and emotional hook.
He can destroy any enemy in one punch, and that's the problem.
Art praise Murata. Universal praise for the visuals, especially the action spreads and fluid panels.
Murata's art turned every fight into cinematic piece.
Character chemistry. They emphasize the Saitama Genesis dynamics and the colorful hero roster. This is a core selling point.
Saitama's deadpan plus Genesis earnestness equal perfect comedy contrast.
Tone mix. They note the manga flips between comedy and serious action perfectly.
One Punch Man mocks shonen tropes while delivering knockout fights. Two versions, web and manga, and it matters.
One started as one through a webcomic, messy, weird, brilliant. Then Yusuke Murata redrew it into a polished cinematic manga. That remake changes tone and pacing. The webcomic feels gonzo and experimental. Murata's version read like an action blockbuster.
It's not just funny, it's satire.
One Punch Man isn't only a gag show, it's a deconstruction of hero worship. Saitama's boredom is a punchline at the point. The stories laugh at shonen glitches while asking, what do hero do when there is nothing to strive for?
Adaptation history matters.
Webcomic, Murata manga, Madhouse anime, juicy stuff, each step changes how the story feels. Studio swaps, director changes, and who's adapting which source all shape, tone and quality. Don't act surprised when the look or pacing changes.
Long-term stakes are tricky.
The joke, hero is so strong he wins in one punch, is brilliant short term, but stretched across a long series, it makes building real tension hard. Put out that pacing, and art design becomes the real test when a gag premise goes long form.
Okay, so it's time for the best part of the video, anime adaptation. One
Onepunchman is the ultimate, what if the final chapter came first story. Murata's artwork makes even a single panel feel like a movie. Saitama's boredom is a real conflict, not the monsters. If you're sick of recycled shonen tropes, Onepunchman mocks them, while still delivering adrenaline. Season 1 was a perfect storm. One's crazy premise, a hero so strong he's bored, met Murata's insane manga art, and Madhouse turned it into motion. The result? Comedy that lands, fights that feel cinematic, and an announce that slaps. Every episode was a little adrenaline hit. That okay face iconic. The art, the timing, the soundtrack, every clicked. Tone and timing was perfect. The comedy and the epic fights were balanced perfectly. Animation quality but Madhouse, they pushed fluid motion and dramatic camera angles. And of course, characters. Saitama plus Genas plus a huge roster that finally felt memorable.
Then season 2 happened, same story, different factory.
The studio and director changed. Madhouse out, GT staff in. Director Natsume left and Shikara Sakurai stepped in. That switch is a headline reason fans blame for the drop. Visually the difference is glaring. Season 1 fights and weight and flow. Season 2 sometimes felt flat, like slides on a presentation. Crispy keyframes replaced by static shots and lazy in-betweens. Pacing rushed. Scenes that needed breathing room got chopped. Dialogue sounded stuck, and a monster like Arrow, who should felt rating and magnetic, came off regrettable.
But don't make the mistake of blaming only the studio.
Production schedules, budgets, and staff changes matter. New team inherits constraints. Still the impact on viewers is the same. The tone that made Season 1 special faltered. Season 2 isn't all trash. There are decent moments, good lines, and some solid animation beats.
But as a whole, it lost the spark that made Onepunchman feel original.
What do we expect from Season 3? I hope Season 3 would cover the biggest, most in-depth manga arc, with full weight and emotional payoff. The official teaser and promo frame the season around epic arcs, which raised. After Season 1's cinematic fights, it has to be the same dynamic camera work, fluid motion, and epic choreography. Essentially, animation that feels like Murata's panels came to life. Many said Season 3 should bring the movie-level fight senses back. We want the anime to do Garou justice. Not a one-note villain, but a layered foiled with meaningful development and strong on-screen presence. The Garou arc is a major emotional and thematic payoff for readers, and viewers expected that to translate. Because the arcs are dense, fans wanted the studio to give the story breathing room. Good pacing, not rushed, checklist-style adaptations some feared. I hope for a second court treatment, or at least decent chapter-to-episode pacing. After Season 1 praised Oz to voice actor work, I expect music and voice direction to support the big moments, the kind of cues that made Barrow's final episode feel legendary. What's gonna go wrong? Studio and staff change, equal lower animation quality. The big worry after the Madhouse era, Onepunchman had already moved studios, and there's sure gonna be another drop in visual quality and cinematic fight stacking. Early Season 3 trailers drew complaints for static shoots and lack of action footage. That fueled anxiety that the seasons might be visually timid or rushed. That was a red flag. Rumors and worries circulated that Season 3 would be only 12 episodes and that major fights might be compressed, which would disappoint those wanting a full Garou Monster Association treatment. Voices from press and creators. Directors and staff publicly ask fans to temper expectation and not harass production team. An announcement that hype and backlash were high. Some outlets reported that directed warning fans that the seasons might disappoint. A few outlets urged Season 3 could still surprise and exceed haters if handled smartly. Improved pacing, selective focus, and strong direction could win people over despite concerns. So with all of it, there is a big chance that Season 3 gonna be shit, but we will hope for the best, for sake of one of the most epic manga arcs ever. That's all I wanted to talk about Onepunchman Season 3. Is there anything in your mind? Drop it in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more anime and manga content like this. Thanks for watching, that was Matty, see you soon.